Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 117th episode of the Triboro Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Alonso, and I am doing fucking phenomenal. The New York Yankees are moving on to the ALDS, joined as always by Nicholas O'Brien. How are we doing, Nicholas O'Brien?
I'm doing
All right,
good.
that's pretty cool. Cam
All
Schlittler
right.
had made. This is the best postseason start I've seen from a Yankee. End of sentence.
I think it's hard to think of a better one.
Forget number wise, but just forget stakes wise. This is the best postseason start I've seen from a Yankee. Add in the stakes, and keep in mind for everyone listening, because there are going to be people older than me. They're going to say, "Oh, what?" I am 22 years old, 23 in a couple of weeks. I didn't see Whitey Ford or Gator pitch.
Right.
Or a couple other guys. So
you didn't see Rod Guidry's Game 5 performance.
that's what I mean. Like, I didn't see a lot of that stuff. To me, this is the best Yankee postseason start I've seen in my entire fucking life. And I don't even think it's relatively close.
This is one of the best postseason performances ever in, like, the last decade. I mean, complete domination. The Red Sox had nothing.
This is a guy that was throwing 92, 93 in spring training and started the year in Double-A.
Crazy.
And I know we're skipping game 2, but like I'll circle back. But
yeah, we gotta. But
there was a stat that since the pitch tracking era started in 2008, there have only been 5 pitches thrown by a Yankee started pitcher that have been over 100 miles an hour. Cam Schlittler had 6 in the first inning.
Insane.
That another stat that I saw. For those that didn't see, 8 shutout innings, no walks, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts, and I think in another world, if he wasn't a rookie, he may have gone out for the 9th.
Yeah, I thought there was a slim chance Boone would send him back out, but at 105, 107 pitches, you just couldn't for like the sake of for the sake of
his arm,
the guy's arm, you just couldn't. But imagine,
dude,
for all intents and purposes, I mean, might as well have been 9.
Yeah, it truly was a thing of after the 5th inning, I looked over at my dad. I'm like, all right, that was a phenomenal start by him so far. Now you just got to go batter to batter. Finished 6th inning really well. I'm like, all right, now you put him out for the 7th, and you just got to go batter to batter. Finish the 7th inning, and I'm like, Dad, do you go batter to batter for the 8th? That, and as I think it was Story that hit the ground out. Once the ball comes off the bat and the ball's going to Volpe and like it's routine play, I just look at my dad and I go, I don't even say anything. I just go, maybe? No, but I get why they didn't. I think it is the smart call to not do it.
It's the right call.
Yes.
I do not want to hear any Monday morning quarterbacks saying, "Oh, you should have finished the 9th with a complete game."
David Bender, no. I think he let up 1 base runner, but then it was literally a thing of then a fielder's choice, then and then whatever. So he literally got out of it.
Who cares?
Easily. It was
instantly.
There was no pressure. And it really was a thing of you really only were worried about the first 2 hitters in Bregman and Yoshida. Right. So just the stat that stood out to me was he faced 29 hitters, 23 first pitch strikes. That's it. And I even said in our group chat that I was kind of a little worried early in the game because pitch count was getting up there, and I'm like, he really needs like a put away pitch. But he just decided to throw the fastball by guys for put away pitches. And you can't really argue with the results. Because for argument's sake, just lump sinker and cutter into 4 seams. How many fastballs did he throw?
This was 25. Oh, fucking 90 something.
And how many non-fastballs?
11 curveballs out of 107 pitches. He threw 11 curveballs. The rest was some type of fastball.
What is it,
being
85%?
Forcing the sink of the cutter.
85%, call it?
Quick math. Yeah, like that's 91%,
That's
like 90% on the
ridiculous.
dot,
That's
whatever.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like, who does that? Cam Schlittler does that. That's obviously the answer.
absolutely.
But who the fuck? Because I also said this, just like talking to people, that in my life as a Yankee fan, we have been the laughing stock of the Red Sox. We just have. I wasn't even 2 years. I wasn't even one when Aaron Boone hit the walk-off home run. So that can't count. Obviously, you're not gonna fucking count 2004. They lost in 4 games in the ALDS, losing at home in 2018. You lost in the 1 game wild card. You lost the first game with your ace on the mound, and then you somehow find a way to come back. This is the first time in my life in a meaningful series that the Yankees were not bitched by the Red Sox. And even when the Yankees took the 4-0 lead, I was saying, I am still shitting bricks right now. I am still worried. And then I started seeing how Schlittler was pitching in like the 7th inning. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I could breathe a little bit, because I kept saying, like, there's no way this could keep working. But he just kept blowing it by, guys, and blowing it. Because I will say the most impressive part about his start is that he threw 3 pitches that were all variants of the. He threw a 4-seam fastball and 2 variants of a 4-seam fastball and a cutter and a sinker. Obviously, sinker's more of a 2-seam, whatever. 2 variants of a fastball. He was changing his velo up a lot, because it may just be a thing of whatever model they were using to track spin rate. There were cutters getting picked up at 91 miles an hour and 100. So either it was just picking up the wrong pitch, or he intentionally was throwing completely different types of fastballs, where instead of it being 3 pitches, it was essentially 6 types of fastballs. And honestly, if you're throwing 101 miles an hour, you can make that work. And we just saw that. I'm just shocked that he didn't walk a guy. Like that.
Yeah.
That's insane to me, that you're able to throw that hard, strike out 12, and not walk a single batter. And I think that they said on the broadcast, do not quote me on this, it was either after the 2nd or 3rd inning, there wasn't a 3-ball count.
It's insane. Just complete dominance. He was in control the entire game. He had, 19 called strikes on his fastballs. And then, what's quick math? 18 whiffs.
Yeah.
On all fastballs. Again, he just threw it in the zone, and said hit it. And the Red Sox could.
And they were even saying on the broadcast too that his fastball, you look at in the season, the guys his fastball, like all the numbers it like stacks up against, all the numbers are right up there with Paul Skeens, Mizorowski, and Hunter Green. So for all intents and purposes, you could make an argument he has the best fastball for a starter in the American League. At least this year.
I think that's fair. I mean, he got a few 20 inches of vertical break on the fastball, which is kind of like the upper echelon. Like,
dude, he was throwing 101 with movement on a 4-seamer. Right.
Exactly. So this is like the 20-inch mark is kind of where like the guy like Jonah Tong, when you're talking about Tong and he gets a lot of ride on his fastball, 20 is like that upper echelon. Jonah Tong does not throw 100. Jonah Tong does not throw 98. This is 99, 100, 101. And it seems like it's rising on top of that. I mean, how many pop-outs did he get? I feel like we saw a lot of that as well. So many.
And because I do want to talk about the pop-ups, but just because we're talking about the rising, one thing I absolutely hate is when players compare players to former or current great players. Mm-hmm. Like, take Spencer Jones and Aaron Judge. Take anytime a quarterback comes out and they compare him to Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. When people were saying a lot of the stuff with Garrett Cole and Cam Schlittler, I was like, all right, guys, can we please stop? Like, it's a rookie, all this. The only reason I am somewhat now opening my eyes a little bit to it is in the last 2 innings, he got 3 strikeouts on the high fastball. But just out of the zone, up. That was prime Garrett Cole's bread and butter. Just that high fastball, that high fuck you fastball. I'm not saying he's going to be Garrett Cole, but if you have Garrett Cole teaching a younger version of himself with the same repertoire how to be a better pitcher and how to get through the issues that he got through, forget this year. You may have something special with Cam Schlittler. So
Absolutely.
I'm just
and yeah, funny enough, my mom, who watches baseball a decent amount, but is not like completely into it. She's like, "Oh, that looks like the guy that they had last year." Blah blah blah. Because Cole got hurt, so he wasn't pitching. So I'm like, who are you talking about? I was like, sorry for C. So I'm like, oh, Garrett Cole. He's like, yeah, he looks like him. I'm like, huh. Again,
yeah,
doesn't watch a ton of baseball. Well, she does, but like not in like
Mets.
right, like the Mets a lot. But the fact that she kind of put two and two together, like just watching an inning of him, I think says a lot about the type of pitcher that we just watched.
The poise too, obviously.
Absolutely.
All the
He's
poise.
23 years old. Excuse me.
24.
He's 24 years old. And to not like be rattled, like like nothing, like body language wise, like no slumped shoulders, it's something didn't go his way. Like this guy had the poise of a veteran,
of an ace, frankly,
making as big of a start as this was. And again, it's just so impressive. And again, it cannot be understated. He threw 3 different types of fastballs, all in the zone. He did, like you said, he barely had a 3-ball count. He did not walk a single batter. He told the Red Sox, "I'm throwing you a fastball. Go ahead and hit it." They did not.
They couldn't. And another thing too is when he first came up, I said a lot of people said that this guy has the bulldog mentality. That's not everything, but that he's fearless, he has a lot of like grit, all that. I said that's not everything. Good to hear it. We got to see it. You just fucking saw it.
Oh yeah. Big time.
The Red Sox, as I said, have owned the Yankees for so long. The last, call it 20 years. And this is a guy making his first postseason start in a do or die game. And he does that. I can't overstate how insane of a start this was.
Yeah.
Like,
words simply can't describe it. Like you have to watch it because again, it was just pure dominance. He allowed 5 hits, and you said it in the group chat earlier. It did not feel like he gave up any hits. It did not feel like he had a base runner. Did he have multiple base runners?
I think he may have in one inning. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll double check that.
You double check that.
Still.
But it's a thing of the series against Toronto lines up where he pitches game 4. You almost want that to go to, even if you almost want the Yankees, say the Yankees win, you almost don't want there to be a sweep because you want to see this guy pitch again.
Right.
And I'll get into Toronto, all that, but a couple of last things because we've talked so much about Schlittler. There was a bunch of other guys on this baseball field too.
Yeah.
So getting into the actual offense, really only have to talk about one inning, and that's the 4th inning. So it's all started off with Bellinger having what goes down in the scorebook as a line drive double. It was just a ball that got in between 3 people. Just got lucky. Baseball gods gave him a bone. Then Stanton. Okay. Because Connerly early had the ball for the Red Sox. He was pitching. This was the 4th inning. And in the 2nd inning, he let up 100. I think it was like 116.9. So called a 117 mile an hour foul ball to Stan. And then Stan absolutely roasted 114 mile an hour double on the very next pitch. I was shocked that they let him pitch to Stan. I was floored that they let him pitch. I get Bellinger because it's a lefty, even though he has reverse splits. Stan worked, I think, like a 10-pitch walk. He ended up getting on base. Benjamin strikeout. Ahmed Rosario, RBI single. A lot of people were shitting on Rosario being in this lineup over Caballero. But I said, I've been saying so long, Ahmed Rosario has a place on this team. This is that place where he will be starting against lefties. And guess what? He's done his job. And then Jazz, he ends up having a single. bases loaded because there's no way in hell you're sending Stanton there with one out. He did not have a running start. Volpe, RBI single. Postseason Volpe seems like it may be a thing. And then Austin Wells, I think it was a little harsh that they gave it an error on that. I don't think that was an easy play.
Which one was that? I'm honestly
the one where
forgetting.
it was hit to like low, however you say it, and he would have had to kind of like backhand it.
No, that's an error. I think that you got to make that play personally. As a first baseman, you at least cannot let it reach the outfield.
You got to get one. You're saying like
yeah. Like I feel like most first basemen scoop that.
Okay, well, regardless, 2 runs scored. 2 runs scored. I just wanted it for stats. I think they still gave Wells an RBI because it would have been a fielder's choice even if he made the play.
Yeah, they have it down as a fielder's choice.
Yeah, so that is 2 days in a row where Wells has hit a big hit or a big RBI. Then I think really the only other thing to talk about from this game was Ryan McMahon.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What a catch.
I would say right after this 4th inning, I think it may have been like the next at bat that Rosario had. I think it was the 5th inning. And I said like, you got to put in McMahon now, right? A 4-0 lead. Rosario may get one more at bat, and it really is it going to be that big of a difference? Like if you're relying on him to do that, you have other problems. Yeah. And even then, another thing I said, if you really need the at bat, you have Paul Goldschmidt off the bench, who ended up pinch hitting for, I believe it was Ben Rice.
I think it was Rice.
Ended up having a single off Chapman. So I love that they could do that. And then McMahon comes in. He does what Brian McMahon does. And he had a insane play diving into the Red Sox dugout to end up making a catch. I think it was the 2nd out in the 8th inning. Holy shit. What a game from him. There is... What'd you say?
I said, it was the 2nd out.
Yeah. There is a lot of... Guys like Ryan McMahon, Ahmed Rosario, are not going to be your core pieces, but you need these guys to go on a run. Those are the type of guys that will help you go on a run, and you saw it.
Yeah.
And obviously, Bednar came in, closed the door, did his job. Good shit. Loved Dave Bednar pitching 3 days in a row. That's like the first time I can remember a Yankee pitcher doing that in ever. So, love to see that. Really quickly going to wrap back to game 2, just because we didn't really talk about that. So, it was Carlos Rodon versus Brian Bello. Rodon, awesome first inning. Then Benjamin... So, the whole storyline about game 1 was that Jazz and Rice weren't starting. Which, okay, I get it. I may have started Ben Rice behind the plate, but I still would have definitely started Goldschmidt. And Goldschmidt had 2 hits. I could see that argument. Jazz also... I think they said a stat that in the Yankees, the 4 games they played Crochet, Jazz sat for 3 of them. The other one, he went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. So there really was no reason for him at least to start that game. Right. So I feel like people are making a lot bigger of a deal out of it than really. I feel like it's people are going to say, oh, the analytics. Like, no, this guy no, it's Garrett Crochet. He had statistically, I think, the 9th lowest on base against left-handed hitters in baseball history.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a guy with neutral splits or a guy that has like a 3.5 ERA. No, this is quite literally one of the best seasons of all time against left-handed hitters. It makes sense. Why not?
If you're going to put all your eggs in one basket against a pitcher, it's going to be an ace like Crochet. Yeah. You need to give yourself the best chance of winning. And sorry, having 2 other lefties that don't need to be there against a left-handed pitcher, that's what gives you
That's the only reason why I would have maybe considered Rice over Wells, because it's a lefty for a lefty. But even then, Max Fried has only been caught by Wells or by Rice once.
Yeah.
So, didn't do it. They lost game 1. We already talked about that. But in his first pitch that he sees in his postseason career, Ben Rice turns on, I think it was a fastball, just cranked it, and gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. And holy shit. He had himself hell of a game. He had a 110-mile-an-hour line out, because of course he did. It's Ben Rice. That probably would have scored a run. Then he had a 15-mile-an-hour dribbler that ended up getting him on base for a hit, because baseball.
Baseball.
But there were so many plays that I'm not really gonna. This was the Trevor Story game.
Yeah.
All intents and purposes, you had a bases loaded RBI, 2 RBI single to make it a tie game. You had that massive home run that he hit after Aaron Judge gave the Yankees, or Jarren Duran gave the Yankees the lead. Which I find it so ironic that it was Judge that hit that. I find that just
Yeah.
so perfect. I love that. But then Carlos Rodon, he ends up going 6 innings, gets 3 outs. I said I would probably go batter to batter with him because Boone came out. He went to the when I think there was 2 outs in the top of the 6th, and he said hey, they were talking. Boone, Rodon sent Boone packing, and then Rodon gets out of it. And looking back on it, it probably would have been the right call to take him out just because it's a thing of all the energy of getting out of a big spot.
Yeah.
Probably was the right call. I definitely think that is. I'll take my L on that. Then he walks the first guy. Then he hits Jarren Duran. And you're like, oh boy.
Shit.
Then Fernando Cruz comes in. He ends up getting the 3 guys out. The last out was Trevor Story, where it looked like it was a grand slam that should have been
off the bat. I thought
no shot,
more than gone, than gone.
And that reaction may be one of the best reactions I've seen in my entire life.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You always need a reliever that looks like they're gonna peel their skin off after celebrating.
It's a psychopath.
You need that.
Absolute psycho.
I saw so many people calling it corny or whatever. It's
Fuck
no.
That. It's playoff baseball,
awesome.
Bro.
I don't care who obviously if I'm a Red Sox fan and I see that, I'm gonna be mad. No, obviously. But 28 other teams, really?
Yeah.
No, just get the stick out of your ass. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. But he literally, and it was a thing of you definitely can't send him out for another inning after that.
No, he was getting pieced up.
Not even that. Not even that. Just
but
his
after
reaction, the emotions that he let out. I don't care if he sent the guys down 1-2-3 had an immaculate inning. You can't after that emotion that he let out. No,
it's so tough to bring yourself back in.
No.
Okay, I need to pitch again.
Yeah, but then the big story was the 8th inning. Jazz ends up, who was hitless throughout the game, ends up working a nice walk, gets to first base, is kind of toying with the pitcher. It was Garrett Whitlock. Then Austin Wells ropes a single down the line with 2 outs. Jazz running all the way, sprinting the entire time. I believe Nate Eaton was the right fielder. If it wasn't for Jazz should have been safe by a mile, but it was a perfect throw by the right fielder. I believe Nate Eaton, which made it very close. But hell of a job base running by Jazz. Hell of a hit by Wells. He really needed that, especially after the postseason he had last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you just love to see that because even this year for Wells, it was where's the offense? We're seeing it in spurts, and he was kind of hot the last week or two. If we did have an episode before the playoffs, that's something I was gonna mention a little bit, that he was kind of starting to pick the bat up again.
Right.
And he hasn't been all too impressive with the bat, but he's had big moments, which honestly for your catcher matters so much more, especially when you're the 8-9 hitter.
That.
When you're the 8-9 hitter, you would much rather moments than consistency.
Yeah.
So, also, especially against Whitlock, who's a disgusting pitcher. Just he if it wasn't for Chapman having one of the best relief seasons we've seen in a while, it would Garrett Whitlock would be talked about so much more because he had I think he had a .8 whip or something on the year. He just did not allow base runners. And then Bednar, he ends up coming in, ends up shutting the door. Whew. That was that series. You slayed the dragon. But that's only round 1.
Yeah. You got more.
You have 3 more dragons to slay. And I said this too. This was the matchup I was the most scared about in the postseason for the Yankees, at least in the American League. The National League is a whole nother argument. We're not looking that far ahead yet. But
we're not there yet.
this hopefully not yet. This was by far the scariest matchup, and you lost game 1 with your ace on the mound, and then you had a back and forth game in game 2, and then a dominant game in game 3. Hell fucking yeah. That's the best way I could put it. You say something, because I frankly don't have more to say about the Red Sox series than I've already said.
Look, you put it easily like this. This is the first time since the wild card series has become a mainstay in the playoffs
That too, I forgot about
that
that.
a team that did not win game 1 won the series. Teams up until this last game were 15-0 on moving on after winning game 1. And the Yankees are the first team to win the final 2 games to clinch.
And you know what Cam Schlittler said?
Hit it.
Suck my dick.
No, I mean, I thought,
Honestly.
like you said, this was the worst possible matchup for the Yankees. I personally did not think they were going to make it through. I thought once you win at the Garrett Crochet start, I'm like, all right, you just got to win one of the next 2.
Yeah.
And shout out Cam Schlittler, because the only reason you didn't win game 3 is because he put his balls in your mouth and you couldn't do anything about it.
And he told you to gargle.
So, just it's such a huge win for the Yankees. Forget about
moving on.
Moving on. Like, it's the Red Sox. You haven't had success against them. No team has moved on after losing game 1. All that stuff. I thought if the Yankees somehow got this to game 3, they'd have a good chance. I didn't think Cam Schlittler would do what he did.
Yeah.
But given the injuries to the Red Sox, and given whatever the fuck Alex Cora was doing in game 2 with the bullpen, that you put yourselves in a really good position to win, and you pulled through. And even without, and Judge had a quiet series again. He got his singles. But when you wanted him to do something, he still didn't do it.
I mean, all 4 of his hits were with men on base.
Yeah, which is great. That's good.
And then you also had a lot. You also had a hard hit ball to the. Obviously, that play should have been made, but it still was a hard hit ball to the left fielder that ended up scoring and giving the go ahead hit or go ahead.
Yeah.
Hit. And again, obviously, play should have been made, but it was good process by Judge.
Yeah, and no, absolutely.
Speaking of Judge, the thing that I really wanted to talk about with him was the issue with Judge in prior postseasons was that he was just chasing and he was just whiffing. You didn't really see that from him. And I believe he only had 1 strikeout, and that strikeout was with, again, I forget who it was against, but it was kind of where he was caught looking. It may have been against Whitlock. I forget who it was, but like it was just the strike 3 they probably should have swung at that was in the zone. Got called down on it, but please tell me I'm right on that.
He has 2 strikeouts so far this postseason.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, 2 in 3 games.
Yeah, he's 4 for 8 with 4 singles, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 1 RBI.
So,
again, it's fine. You need more.
No, 100%. But I'm just saying the issue that we saw in other postseasons was that he was just expanding the zone too much.
Yes.
He was just forcing the issue. He wasn't forcing the issue in this series.
Yeah.
So I'm more confident in that sense because he also, say what you want about it just being singles, he also has shown that he could get hits to himself. Just on a pure confidence standpoint, he has shown to himself, I can get hits in these moments with runners on base.
Right.
It's only a matter of time. And this is a perfect segue because the Blue Jays don't have... I don't know how confident you could be as a Blue Jays fan going into this series just with the Blue Jays pitching. Because...
I'm fairly confident. I guess because Gausman and the Yankees, it's kind of like...
Gausman is very hit or miss against the Yankees.
Yeah.
Shane Bieber, the Yankees have hit very well in the postseason.
Yeah.
Multiple appearances. And really, even then, it's like his first year coming back from Tommy John. You don't know how a team's going to come off with all the rest, all that. And then they have...
Yeah, you know what? To be fair...
They have Trey Savage going game 3.
Good.
We were talking a lot about Connor early, how crazy it was that he only had 4 starts. This motherfucker got 3!
Yeah.
He's a 21-year-old rookie that has 3 starts. And then you have Max Scherzer, who looks like
he probably gets the game 3 start, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
Scherzer does.
whatever. But whatever. You get
just because I was like veteran, whatever.
Yeah, I would agree with you. But just on the like website I found, like, cause there was like a website I was doing where it was just like talking about like every team's rotation, and they had Savage 3. So what?
Right.
The point is,
Scherzer still sucks.
Bieber,
so there's also that.
Savage, Scherzer, however way you want to flip it.
Right.
And the thing is too, what do you notice about that?
Righties, no lefties.
All 4 are righties.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I think this is such a good matchup for the Yankees, because people forget, like, yeah, it's a 1 seed versus a 4 seed. They had the same exact record. Yeah. And the last series they played, they took from them pretty handily. And they really only had that one off game. The other 2 games they won pretty easily. And that series where they got swept feels like it was so long ago. It feels like 2 completely different teams now. Yeah. So I am very confident. And I'm not saying anything, but I feel a lot better about this series than I do about the Red Sox series.
Right.
So
I think that's fair. I think just the one thing would be bullpen rest for the Yankees, obviously, because you had to play all 3 games. You only get the 1 off day. Can Fried start game 1 or game 2?
Normal rest would be game 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, who gets game 1?
Heel.
You think so?
I mean,
is that confirmed, or you think so?
Who else?
Warren.
It's Heel or Warren, but I don't see them putting in Warren over Heel.
I guess that's fair.
Because I think the only reason Heel wasn't on the postseason roster is that he pitched on Sunday.
Yeah, no.
That's the only reason why he wasn't on there. So
fair.
The way that I think it lines up is Gausman versus Heel game 1, Bieber versus Fried game 2, Scherzer versus Rodon game 3, Savage versus Schlittler game 4, and then if it does go to a game 5, you would have Gausman versus. I don't see how this isn't Fried. It would be on 3 days rest, so 1 less day of rest. I don't see how you don't do Max Fried.
3 days rest?
Or whatever. Because isn't it 4 days rest normal?
5. Because you pitch on the 5th day. So I guess 4 days. Well,
because you don't. The first day after is not counted as a day.
Yeah.
That's why it's 1 less day of rest than he normally would have. Let's just call it that. It's so semantics and the way that is, but it would be on 1 day short rest. Yeah. If it goes to game 5, I don't see it. You don't pitch him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. What's the schedule like? Is the schedule out?
2 on, 1 off, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off, 1 on.
1 off, 1.
Because the NL has the like staggered in between game 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which I hate, but like
I don't get that.
I get it's for TV reasons. That's really the reason why they don't want a day in the postseason where there's no playoff baseball. But hey, MLB, crazy idea. Maybe you start the wild card series 1 day late for whatever team you want to fucking do, or for whatever league you want to have. Whatever, doesn't matter. I have my fair share of issues with the MLB scheduling, and we will get into that in the off season because I have stuff planned about that. But that is not an issue for a while, hopefully.
4 weeks. Give it 4 weeks.
But 4 weeks for my birthday. Exactly, on the dot.
How about that?
But yeah, I am very confident in this series because I just don't. The Blue Jays are another one of those teams of they're not gonna do it until they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you look at their history in the postseason the last couple of years, and
I mean, they were last in 22.
I want to say, was that the year they played the Mariners? And the Mariners just like boat raced them at home.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. I love.
You might not have Bo Bichette. I haven't seen anything on him. I think no Bo Bichette.
The reason
Chris
why
Bassett maybe not either.
The
Jose
reason
Barrios definitely not.
I was gonna say the reason why we said you Savage is because Barrios is on the IL, so he's not gonna be pitching. And
then
I'll be honest. If you take one of the games against Gausman or Bieber, and then you're telling me you Savage and Max Scherzer are standing between me and the and moving on. And
Yeah,
those 2 games are in Yankee Stadium. I'm not that worried, frankly.
I think that's fair. The roster is very unassuming,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it now, and it's, Springer was having an excellent year. Vladdy's doing his thing, and then
There are 3, like, legitimately 3 guys on the entire Blue Jays team I'm scared of.
they all hit what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where does Kirk hit?
The Fangraphs
4?
has him 5.
Whatever. But yeah,
So
especially with No Bichette, there's legitimately 3 guys up here. And I mean, if you want to lump in Gosman, sure. Just because he's an ace, he can have a ace outing at any moment if his stuff's on. But I don't know. I'm feeling good. Honestly, I'm feeling really good about this start or about this series.
I think that's fair. I mean, how can you not after what you
Yeah.
just watched?
After, because to me, it's one of those things of the Red Sox may not have been as good of a team as the Blue Jays, but they were a much worse matchup and a much bigger threat. And after losing Game 1, then coming back in the last 2 games, I'm feeling good.
That's fair. I
I
can't I can't really argue with that.
So
The
that
Yankees are
game,
riding the high.
yeah, that game will start on Saturday. I don't know if time's confirmed yet. I think they said that it's gonna be the 4 o'clock game,
I think 4 o'clock is what I
which
saw. I'll double check that
sucks.
for you
But
right now.
will you double check that? So they're not gonna play till then. Um, yeah,
Yeah, basically. As this loads,
as
we
load.
got 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock. So, uh, you would assume they close it, right?
I would assume it's
Just
October.
for
I'm
the
sure.
atmosphere, the loudness.
Yeah, I'm also. There goes my phone. If you heard that, but Canada, October. I mean, I know it was like fucking 80
Yeah,
degrees last week in Chicago when I was there, so it's kind of like who the fuck knows.
yeah,
But yeah, I think probably I would assume the roof's closed.
yeah. And I feel like whenever the Yankees play them, the roof's open, they get killed. Like the shadows petrify me. I have PTSD of the
How's that?
shadows.
How is this roof closed? Let's see what if that changes anything.
Can you actually see
Blue
that?
Jays, yeah. Roof
Let's
closed.
see
Blue
this.
Jays have a 99 park factor. Roof open. Blue Jays have perfectly 100. So
It's negligible.
yeah,
It's
it's about
negligible.
the same.
Um,
Phone don't ring
yeah. As you grab that, whew. Yeah, the off
Breathe.
day today or tomorrow or Friday technically
By the
because
time
it's
you're
going
listening
up
to
on
this.
Friday. Yeah. Then it's back to work. Cam Schlittler, drink as much as you fucking want.
Oh, get hammered.
Get hammered.
Yeah.
You got a couple days. You got like 5,
Yeah.
6 days until you pitch again. Get plastered, my dude.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's lock-in time, boys. Obviously have your fun today, but
Mhm.
after today, oh, I guess it is worth noting. I meant to mention this. The 8th inning, Cody Bellinger hit a ground ball, kind of started like running down the baseline, then kind of like started limping. Or no, it was 7th inning. He started limping back, and then on the Ryan McMahon catch, when you saw it, you kind of see like Bellinger coming in to like celebrate, but he's also like still limping there when he's
Yeah.
in the field. Doesn't look like anything. I just want to throw it out there just in case there is. So, and it's also the playoffs. If it's a limp, you're fucking playing. Like,
Yeah.
and he'll probably be the first to say that too. Like, no, it's a limp. I'm playing, but
Yeah.
just something to keep an eye out for in the next couple of days, just in case it does come out to be something more severe.
For sure.
That's all I had. Unless you had anything else you wanted to talk about.
No, I think my only thing is from the offense perspective, I kind of want to see a little more.
Oh,
I do
100%. Yeah.
I do think some of the Red Sox did not play the best defense
No.
this entire series, so there were some gifts there, but Yeah, I just kind of want to see a little more consistency.
They do have the issue is that they have to do a better job working the count. I think they only had like 3 or 4 walks this entire series. You find that, but like they did not walk that much, and I think
they had 4 walks.
4 walks, yeah. They just weren't working the counts as much. They kind of all the times they were getting on base were hits, which like obviously like that's good, but you got to get into those deeper counts, get more on base. So that's something that I kind of want to look at more.
18 strikeouts to 4 walks.
Yeah, it's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
So.
And I also feel like there wasn't a lot of like slug. I don't know if that's right. I feel like not a lot of extra base hits.
Was that the only home runs? I know.
Yeah, Rice and Volpe were the only home runs, and
wait, don't tell me. Bellinger, Grisham, Stanton for doubles.
1 double was hit. Who do you think it was?
Bellinger, Grisham, and Stanton.
No. 1 double was hit.
What?
There was 1 double.
Stanton?
Grisham. Well, I guess Stan because it just didn't update for today.
And Bellinger today.
And today, I lied straight to your face.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I forgot.
I
forgot
saw
it's not
3.
A live update. I forgot it's not a live update. Live stats today.
I saw fucking 3,
Sick.
but
3.
Yeah.
But still, 3, 2 coming in 1 game.
Yeah, 5 extra base hits in 3 games. When you led the league in home runs.
Right. So just
by like a
little more.
No, I agree. And that more. Going back to it, that starts with Judge.
Yes, absolutely.
But I mean, also at the same time, if he wants to hit 500, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, if he's on base all the time.
Yeah, that's if he has a 500 on base, like, and other guys are hitting around him, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe it's now 5 at bats. Paul Goldschmidt has 3 hits, so wouldn't be shocked if he's a very much so like the go-to as a pinch hitter.
Off the bench. Yeah.
So that's all I have for real this time. If you don't have anything else, take us away.
Yeah, that was it. So, congrats to the Yankees, woohoo, whatever. If you enjoyed, if you're listening, I forgot the outro. I don't know. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, leave us a comment. How do you think the Yankees are going to fare against the Blue Jays? If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a like, leave us a rating there. Helps us out, lets us know you're enjoying the show. Remember to follow all of our social media accounts at Triboro Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Justin is posting lineups, final scores, every single playoff game. But without further ado, thank you guys again for listening and watching.
Do a quick edit instead of saying we will post.
No.
I caught that.
That. I'm shouting you out. That's for you. You're doing the work. I'm done. I'm just here to record and talk. You're the social media monkey now.
Yeah. No. I know. You social
media. I'm done.
Anyways,
thank you guys again for listening, watching. Keep an eye out for the Mets video, which will be coming out soon. Then we'll see you after ALDS
soon, sometime soon, close.
Yeah. Adios.